Hi. In this video, I'm going to I'm going to review the graphic organizer that I completed with you in our Zoom session. So, as you can see here, I drew a Venn diagram. In your book, we kind of have it's rectangular, but don't worry about that. So, at the top of each circle, here are online classes, here are in-person classes. The middle area represents what these two different formats have in common, and the areas that do not overlap represent what is unique to each format. Now, as you'll recall from class, the challenge of this, or of any compare and contrast, is to make sure we're comparing categories, comparing apples to apples, so to speak. So, in an effort to keep this video short, I'm just going to go through what I did in class and thank you all for, again, participating in it and helping me with this. So I started thinking of some of the similarities between the online and an in-person class. And one of them is, well, they're both classes, right? And that kind of led me to the idea that, well, they have the same goal, and the goal is to help students learn. They have similar features. They have assignments. I can't think. Sure, they have assignments and, well, perhaps attendance. And another feature is, well, they both have teachers, and Holly, I think, gave us that that similarity. But you know, the way that the brain works, we don't think of things always in order. So then I started trying to think about other things, whether they had it in common or different. First thing I thought about is in-person classes. Well, there's travel time associated with that. There's more opportunity for social, like I think I called it like organic, because you sit next to people, you're not always put in groups, and like there just becomes like a group dynamic, which is different. Another thing is like people do get concerned about their appearances and they have to get dressed and go to class. Feedback is immediate in an in-person class. Don't the same, ask a person, more feedback. Can't quite recall exactly what I was thinking with that, but I do remember when I did this originally and did the think aloud, I was bouncing back and forth, so it doesn't have to be a linear process. One thing you can do in an online class, I think Assad gave us his answer, is you can multitask, even sometimes though you shouldn't. One thing I thought of is, you know, you can step away. You can go to your kitchen. You can step away. No one will know. You have to have a lot of discipline to be in an online class. I mean, I think you need discipline for an in-person class as well, but an online class can be, I think, even easier because essentially the instructor can't see you. Communication. Communication is really different in this. So like communication is far away. I think that's how I described it in an online class, but it's immediate in an in-person class. And technology, or knowledge of technology. You have to know a lot about technology. Can't see what I really wrote here. And here, yeah, you get more feedback on technology, but you have to have a certain level of knowledge just to go through an online class. So as I started looking at this, I'm thinking, where are my categories going to emerge from? Because I don't want to just jump back and forth. So when I think of similarities, I think, well, one similarity, they do have similar goals, right? And they do have some similar components, I might even say features. So that might be a good category for me. I'm going to do my graphic organizer next. When I think of what differences they have, communication is definitely going to be one of them. I think that's a good category for me, and I can explain it how communication is not always immediate when it comes. I called it far away here. I can probably come up with a better term, but how it's immediate here. I think also I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use something about how social it is. So I might have to come up with a category for that. And something about technology. So that's where I'm thinking. I'm going to stop this video here as to keep it under 5 minutes. And then in my next video, I'm going to show you how I created the categories and used this mess right here, my brainstorm, to come up with a graphic organizer.